What's up, Fiend Fam? I hope this video finds all of you well. As all of you have heard, I'm sure, Harley-Davidson held their 2021 model year reveal on Tuesday, January 19th. I was going to attempt to get something out as soon as possible, but I knew that everyone and their dog's roommate's ex-accountant would be making one, plus I wanted to marinate on things for a little bit. Now that I've done that, I'll give you my thoughts on what happened. I should have known that this was going to be a Charlie Foxtrot when the morning of, I still hadn't received an email from the MoCo with a link or anything for the reveal. I eventually went back to the HD website when there was a little bit over an hour to go before the shindig and re-signed up again. This time, it took me right to a webpage with a countdown timer. Okay, no biggie. I found out that the Badgers were doing a live stream, link to their channel in the description. They're great people who are doing awesome things for the motorcycling community, so I decided to head over and check it out. We all had some witty banter going on while we waited the last 10 minutes or so before the show was supposed to start. Then the clock struck 0. Nothing happened. The website rerouted the Badgers to the sign-in screen again. I checked the other browser that I had originally been opened up to, and it was a black page. Nothing. Nada. After some more filling out the form, the Badgers were able to get the website to come up. What a colossal mess. The first rule of web design is not to confuse your visitors. The second is simplicity of design. Sure, going back on my own computer, I noted that the website was slickly designed, but it just felt too busy. Harley would have been much better off just posting the video to YouTube and doing a premiere. It's obvious that the sections that were there were recorded well in advance. Why didn't MoCo Corporate take the time to ensure that all systems were ready to go? I hope they learned something from this for the Pan America and Revolution Max launch next month. Considering that a lot of dealerships had already been getting 2021 models in stock for the last 7 to 10 days or so, I didn't expect much in the way of changes for this model year. Good thing too, or I had been sorely disappointed. Here are the changes. Fun with numbers. Harley bumped up some prices and lowered others, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. Starting from the least inexpensive and moving on up, the Iron 883 sees a $500 price bump. The Street Bob is getting a $400 bump, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. The Fatboy dropped $600, again, something we will talk about later. Both the Road Glide Special and Street Glide Special also saw a $600 drop in price. The CVO Street Glide, Road Glide, and Ultra saw price drops of $60, $400, and $60 respectively. I'll never complain when the manufacturer drops the price of a bike, but these are all over the place and don't make any sense. I don't know if the MoCo is trying to squeeze every last penny it can out of the Sportster in what is widely accepted as its last year in its current configuration, but why only go after the Iron 883? Harley has been long derided for not having a true entry-level bike in their lineup, so why make the 883 even more expensive? To me, the only bike that deserves a price bump is the Street Bob. For 2021, Harley is dropping the 107 and putting in the 114 along with some nice paint jobs for only $400 more. I love the new graphics and colors, especially the Baja Orange. I'll be honest, I'm not thrilled that they decided to drop the 114 in it, however. Don't get me wrong, it's an incredible value, but as someone who was considering the Street Bob but decided to move up to the Lowrider S to get the 114, among other things, it's kind of a slap in the face. Same for those who bought the Sport Glide or any of the other touring glides with a 107 in it, or a Heritage or a Road King with a 114 in it. I especially feel bad for anyone that purchased the Street Bob in 2019 or 2020. The 107 is definitely a capable engine, but who wouldn't want more, especially if it's only 400 more bones. The Fatboy price baffles me as well. I'm going to assume that chrome parts cost as much, if not more, than the brushed aluminum ones do. Why drop the price on a bike that will cost the same or more to manufacture? Is this a sign that the Fatboy isn't selling as well as it has been and HD is trying to entice buyers? I don't think that's the case. As far as the finish change goes, I know a lot of people are happy about that they decided to go with a chrome over brushed. I actually prefer the look of brushed over chrome, but I can definitely understand the appeal. The Fatboy is such a special, iconic bike that if you love it, it doesn't matter what finish it comes in. So now the CVO Street Glide, Road Glide, and Tri-Glide and limited models all come with the 117 from the factory. Considering at their cheapest they come in at an eye-watering $40 grand, I'd say it's a welcome addition. Sorry I have to do it again. As a lowrider S owner, I wish they'd put the 117 in it as well, even if they ended up bumping up the price a little. Congrats to those who have the money for a CVO. Also, not bad that they bumped up the displacement and kept the price bump reasonable. Then again, when you're dropping 40 large on a motorcycle, what's $400, right? To also soften the blow of the sticker, the CVO are also coming with new Rockford Fosgate Stage 2 speakers. There's no information on the website as to what kind of specifications they are other than that there are 4 of them. Street Glide and Road Glide Specials model will now be available with chrome accents as well as blacked out options. I'm a fan of this, but why not go the extra step and offer blacked out option for the base Street and Road Glide models? Last up are some new colors. I already talked about the Baja Orange. One color that didn't sit well with me was Deadwood Green. It's like a more muted olive drab green. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't evoke any emotion out of me. And many people on the Badgers live stream said that green is an unlucky color for a motorcycle. I'd never heard of that before, so it's a new one on me. The Deadwood Green would be great if you were trying to make a modern replica of a military bike, but other than that, I just don't see the appeal. I guess I'll have to wait and see it in person for myself. Of all the colors, Snake Venom was the most unexpected and really got my blood pumping. It's a color shifting paint that goes from very deep green to purple and back, depending on how light is hitting it. It reminds me very much of the 1996 Ford Mustang Cobra in the Mystic paint job. That's a car I drooled over for many years, and it's nice seeing HD taking a chance at something a little unconventional. Of course, it wouldn't be HD without a section devoted to motor clothes. I get it that they're trying to sell a lifestyle, but it just feels forced. I commented in the live stream that it seems that HD used to be a company that made bikes and just happened to make clothes. Now it seems like HD is a company that makes clothes and just happens to make bikes. I like some of the stuff they come out with, but I don't fit in with what most people wear, so it's all lost on me. CEO Jockenzeitz stated more than once during the video that there was more to come and he couldn't go over it in the video. That's cool, I understand. I just hope there's more to come than just unveiling the Pan America. Speaking of the speakers, for each section, they got actual HD employees to introduce the new changes to the models. While it was great not seeing the overproduced saccharin-coated stuff they usually do, these sections felt way too stilted. It's obvious that they were reading from cue cards. They should have just let them have natural conversation about what's happening with the bikes. It would have flowed much better and definitely seemed more genuine than, "Hey you're a park designer. You're going to be in our 2021 reveal video. Just read off the cue cards. It'll be fine." Okay, to sum it all up, as a lifelong fan of the Bar and Shield and someone who is utterly in love with their current Softail, I have to admit, this was very underwhelming at best and cringe-worthy at worst. I still firmly believe that HD is a company in the middle of an identity crisis. They want to appease their core customer, who are invariably aging out with what's gotten them to this point so far, but at the same time, they're trying to be edgy and woo new customers who will be replacing those who have bought their last bike or are retiring from riding altogether. This video exemplified that crisis. On one side, you have them bringing out the 117 and better speakers for the 401k glides. On the other, you have them raising the price on the Iron 883 and still trying to sell the amazing yet monstrously overpriced Livewire. I'm no expert, but barring some seriously unexpected moves, I can see HD going under, or worse yet, bought out and turned into a company that only sells lifestyle clothes and accessories branded with that one invincible Bar and Shield. Harley needs to face facts. The boomers by and large aren't buying new. Us Gen Xers are getting fed up with the lack of innovation, and the bikes aren't as approachable to millennials and Gen Z. To borrow a line from my pal Brad the Biker, Honda's going to smoke you. Sure, there are diehards who will always buy the Bar and Shield no matter what, but they aren't enough to keep the Moco afloat. There's too much competition out there. Okay, that'll do it for this video. If you're new here, I make weekly content. Sundays are dedicated to motorcycles, motovlogs, and things of that nature. Wednesdays focus on wellness or other subjects that focus on positivity. If you've liked this or any one of my other videos, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing. It really helps out the channel, and as I always say, I want to do as much as I can to give back to the community. For those that are returning, thank you so much. You rock. As always, stay shiny side up. Throttle Fiend out.